Everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to today's video. So today I am going to do the peacock-inspired look using the Too Faced Natural Lust palette. So on the Sephora website, if you click on this product and you watch the video that's underneath, there's actually an advertisement for how to do this look, and it is called, or I guess it is inspired by the peacock on the front of the palette. So that is the look we are going to try to replicate. So I'm going to start off by priming. So again, I'm using my Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer, and this just gives the face a little bit of moisture. I'm actually using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation in the shade 290. So when I first bought this color, it was very, very dark for me, and now it's probably way too light. But I'm going to use it. I'm not even using it the way the instructions say to use it. It says to apply to the center of the face and buff outward, but I'm going to do this very, very quickly. This product, if you guys have tried it, it does dry really fast. So be aware if you are in the market to purchase it. Okay, so I did add most of the product to the rest of my face. I haven't really applied it to my forehead. So I'll just go in now and put a very small layer on my forehead. I've really been liking doing that better because it still kind of balances my face. My forehead is much darker than the rest of my skin, but we will go in with some bronzer afterward anyway. Okay, so it's a very light layer. Now I'm going to go in again with my e.l.f. Color Corrector stick right where it counts, right where I need it, and I will not be moving the product around on my skin too much, just making sure that the edges are blended out so it doesn't look like I have this big peach ring around my eye. And I am using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge here for this step. And like usual, it is damp. It actually might be too wet because I find that it's not blending out the product quite as good as it usually does. So now I am actually using my Jeffree Star Concealer C14. This is his Magic Star Concealer, and C14 has kind of been my running go-to because it does have a yellow base, and I really find that it brightens the under eye better when it's yellow for me. And I'm just going to do the under eye today because I will use my bronzer to bronze my skin as opposed to just to contour. So I'm lightly going to blend this out, and I will be applying some of this concealer to my lid for priming my lid and getting it ready for shadow later. Okay, and once this is all blended out here, I am going to be going in with my Magic Star powder by Jeffree Star, and I will just use my sponge to apply it around my eye area. I am using the shade Beige. It smells delicious. And I'm just going to use the remainder in the cap to set my face. So I have been loving my F25 tapered face brush recently. I just find it applies a little less product, and I don't want a lot of product all over my face today because the eyes are really going to stand out. I think this is going to be really, really pretty. So I'm just gently wiping this off. I didn't really bake the under eyes. I just set them, and they look really, really nice. I find, again, the less product you use, it just makes your skin look better. And next, we're going in with my Tarte Park Ave Princess Chisel palette. Still one of my favorites. So I'm just going to chisel the cheekbones just a tiny bit, and then we'll just bronze the rest of the face. So I'm going to use the darker shade to do the cheekbones, and then I'll just use the remainder of the products to bronze up the rest of my skin. So I'm still kind of focusing around the hairline a bit, and then just the entire forehead, a little bit on the cheeks, and you will notice I'm just using my contour, the large angled contour brush for this step. Okay, and I'm just adding color to the nose as opposed to contouring it. So we will add some blush. I'm going in with the Benefit Blush Bar palette here. I'm going to use my favorite blush brush, my F10 powder blush, and we're actually going to use the Galifornia blush. I rarely ever use this color, but for today's look, I think it will be very fitting. So I do tap off the brush, give a little smile, and blend up into the contour, bronzer, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to add just a little pop to my chin and my nose. This has a little bit of shimmer to it, which is actually really pretty for this look. So we will highlight. I am going to use, I like this the last makeup video I did, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to use it again. So I like using my F64, my soft blend concealer, for highlight because it just, the bristles are a little bit more dense. I just want to compare it to the F35 for a second. So this is the tapered highlighter. So it's tapered. It's actually a little bit bigger, and my brush, it isn't really falling back into the proper shape after I've cleaned it. And this one's still good, but this is just a little bit smaller and a little bit more dense. So I feel like the highlighter goes on a little bit brighter. So this is the Heaven's Hue highlighter in shade Kitten by Stila. Sorry, that was my dog. So I'm just going to pop it right on the top of my cheekbone here, put a little bit on the nose, chin, and we will use the palette to highlight the eye area. Right, now I'm going to go off camera and do brows, but I'm going to use something a little bit different than I normally use. This, and I don't think I've actually featured this on my channel. It's the Maybelline Brow Drama Pomade Crayon. So, and I'm just using this Real Techniques brow spoolie. But literally, it's a crayon that you can just twist up, and that's all the product is in it. I've had it for a while. I think I've used it already, but my plan is just to kind of fill in my brow, and I won't like outline it with like a brow whiz, for instance, and we'll come back and we'll just see how it looks. So this, I have to just say, it's really good to replace the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade if you were traveling. So something like this, it's convenient, it's in a stick form, but I found that I couldn't pull it off by itself. I still had to go in with my brow wiz just to kind of give my brows a more defined appearance. And then of course I set them in place with my clear brow gel, also by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Man, I love these products. Like, they are my go-to brow products. We will be doing shadow. It's like the best part. Actually, let's give our face a quick spray. So I will be using my Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I like this one, actually, this one the same as MAC Fix Plus, just to give your face a little bit of a refresher as opposed to like the Long Last setting spray. These ones are really good for this. So just one quick spray. I have my face dry before I actually go in with the shadows. So this is going to be, I'm hoping, a crazy look, because I'm kind of living for those crazy looks right now. I'm going to use my Sigma E50, my large fluff brush, and I'm going to use the exact same colors that were used in this video. So it was Take the Cake, just to put it all over the lid from lash line to brow bone. So for my skin, normally I'd probably go in with a darker, like a skin colored, or even like Silk Robe or Love Language, because they're not as pink as Take the Cake, but we're going to follow this video. See if I can get the same look. Okay, so we've put it all over the entire lid area. So now we are going to go in with Callback right here. So this one, I'm actually going to use an E35, which is a tapered blending brush, and this is going right in the crease, all the way from beginning to end of the eye, and this also goes on the lower lash line. I'm just going to keep my face brush and just occasionally wipe away any fallout here. So now we're taking a much smaller brush. I think what we're going to use is the Small Tapered Blending E45, and I'm going to go into Pinned Down. Before we go into that shade, I'm going to take this medium sweeper. It's an E54. I'm going to put it in Callback, and I'm just going to drag it onto the lower lash line and connect it to the top. And then we're going to take the E45, which is the Small Tapered Blending brush. I'm going to dip it into Pinned Down, which is the bright purpley fuchsia color in this palette. Tap it off because it is very bright. And we're going to stick to the outer crease here and put it all over the outer corner of the eye. And I'm just pressing it in. And I'm going to take a much smaller brush, and I'm going to use the E21 smudge brush. And we're going to bring Pinned Down on the lower lash line as well, but we're just going to keep it on the outer, I'd say outer third or so. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the peacocking shade here. Peacocking on to the middle part of the lid. So now I'm taking an eye shading E55, and I'm going to wet this brush because it doesn't seem to be working very well. So I will be using my MAC Fix Plus here. So these two shades are not blending together well, and it just looks like this color is lightening up. So I might actually wet my brush for that pink shade as well, just to blend it in with that teal shade a little bit. There we go. And it's also, with this look, unless you're doing your shadow before the rest of your makeup, it's important to make sure that there is a fallout, and if you are experiencing some, I would suggest just take some of your powder, use your powder brush, and just keep the powder under your eye until you're done your makeup. We're going in with another clean brush now, so I will use the Firm Shader E57, and we're going in with the shade Temptation here, which is a gold green color. Again, I am wetting the brush, and obviously this one blends in quite well to the green. And then with a pencil brush, I am going to go in with the shade Love Spark and highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. Then I will take my Too Faced Better Than Sex black liquid liner to make a very thin line on the upper lash. And yeah, I feel like that pink shade did not blend out well at all because it is like a purple and pink shade. It's very hard to formulate. So I'm going to keep playing with that, but in the meantime, I will also go off camera and apply my Too Faced Down Brow Mascara to upper and lower lashes before we put on falsies. I just popped off video to finish up the look, so I did use my Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara on the top and lower lashes. I used these Kiss lashes right here in the style Flirty. And of course, my House of Lashes Black Lash Adhesive. For lips, I lined them with 04 Natural in the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner. And then for lipstick and gloss, I used my Tarte Lip Sculptor Lipstick and Lip Gloss Duo. And this was the shade Treat. And so I have a couple of these that came in a pack that I ordered from Ulta. And that is the completed look. So it's still not as rainbow as I thought it would be, and I had a really difficult time blending out that pink. I think overall it turned out okay, but I did spend a lot of time blending, and these lashes honestly cover up any of the color that would really show it except for the lower lash line. But I do like that pink purple color on the lower lash. But that is my peacock-inspired look that I recreated from the Natural Lust video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. And we will see you guys next time. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done that, and hit the bell button below to be notified the next time I post a video. So until then, take care, you guys.